Phoebus New Buddies, this is Photos Farmstead. My name's Tyler. We have plenty of stuff to do today, so let's get after it. Well, we're back again. We've been busy. Just, you know, we had the kids over this weekend, niece and nephew, or, well, we had the nephew over this weekend and really just concentrated and spent time with him. So, didn't have a whole lot of time to make a video. Yesterday was a crap show. I did get some things done around the farm, but most of it was spent in the truck, and just the way it is. So today we're gonna start off with chores. It's kind of a dreary, cold day today, but sun's still trying to pop out of the clouds. The guineas are going nuts. So let's get up to the barn and get chores started. Got a full paddock this morning, ain't Sarah? The goats are all ready to go on the routine. It's quite amazing how an animal, especially a goat, gets into a routine. It don't take long till they have it figured out. You know, this is the way it's gonna be. This is the way we're gonna do it. Especially when you give them some feed. They get motivated. Morning, little pigs. Good morning. What? Morning, pig. Kisses. Kisses from the pig. Kisses from the pig. Junebug. Oh, you're talking to this morning, Junebug. I'm working on it, Give everybody an update on Maya. She's doing pretty good. She still has good days and bad days, but that's what happens when you get old, I guess, and have cancer. Still likes coming out and eating pig poop. And for all my Pennsylvania Dutch guys, today's Fosnot Day. Too bad there ain't nowhere good to get Fosnots. Everybody just sells sugar-coated donuts. That's not a Fosnot, it's a donut. That's my rant for today. If you're gonna make Fosnots on Fosnot Day, make Fosnots, potato donuts. That's what forefathers, old mommies made. That's what we grew up on, not donuts. Whatever. One day. Everybody's fed. Ain't. We're just throwing feed in the bucket and they're eating it as fast as they can eat it today. We're not screwing around. We got stuff to do. How's that hay? You ate all your feed. Hay. Hey, T-Bone. Hey, T-Bone. All right, that takes care of the animal chores quick and easy this morning. Now I'm heading to the shop. I got the old Davy Brown pulled in the shop and we're tearing her down. Gonna rebuild some things, redo some things, and get some things in order with the old Davy Brown. Yeah, that's the plan. I got the front end loader ripped off of it. This is the second time we took the front end loader off. We should have ratchet strapped or tied this up somehow, but we can do that yet. Okay, here it is. All torn down, got the radiator out. Radiator is going to get shipped out to get repaired. That has a small leak in it. We're gonna tear out the injectors, rebuild the cav pump, probably give it a good servicing while we're at it. Oil change, all the fluids changed. I'm getting new hoses, radiator hoses. I'm having trouble finding an air intake hose, so I don't know if I'm going to replace that or not. I have New gauges, new wiring harness. Yeah, I'm thinking might take off the tank, clean out the tank, just give it a good once over, clean out, get it ready for service again. New alternator, just typical, give it a good going over. Some things are uglier than others and some things are not that bad. First steps first today, we're gonna remove the dash. I just cut all the wires because somebody was in here before me doing some hokey pokey, choppy, I don't know, it looks pretty crappy. Half the harness is cut off over here. There was 2 gauges that worked. The temperature gauge, the water temperature gauge, and the oil pressure gauge worked. The original key switch worked, but nothing else. None of the gauges lit up. None of the gauges worked. So I got a new wiring harness from some fellers across the pond. That's a little more Canadian than English, but whatever. So we're not restoring this tractor. We are returning it to a usable, functioning order. That's the plan. So I guess I'm gonna have to tear this wiring harness out that's in here and put in the new one and start hooking stuff up and figuring out, because the way it looks is I'm gonna have to make a harness for the dash. The engine harness I got came with a plug, so I will wire in the dash for this plug and hopefully it all just works together. We're gonna have to clean up the key switch. The key switch still works. I checked it with the old power prober, and yeah, one step at a time. I got Buddy Blue with me. Blue Boy's in the shop today. He's a little bad. He attacked a duck. He has a taste for duck, a big bugger. Okay, I got all of the gauges ripped out of the dash. I got this monstrosity. Somebody chewed this off. Somebody chewed that off as something. I'm guessing it's not original, just the way it looks. I mean, they hacked the dash apart, put big old slit in it. So I'm gonna hammer that back in and just give it a good hand sanding and give it a little of the white. Give it some old white paint, make it look good. Then I'm gonna put the new gauges in it. New gauges, and I'm gonna start wiring up a new wiring harness. Yeah. So we just got some crappy old sandpaper and we're gonna sand it down. Just gotta rough it up so the new paint can stick. Okay, it's all sanded. It's looking about as good as it's gonna look. We're gonna spritz some paint on it, make it all white. Hold on, wait a minute. It's primer time. All right, I dug through all my spray paint and I got blues and pinks and reds and purples and clear and black and gray, but no white. So Sarah wants to run to the grocery store, pick up some stuff. Hardware's on the way. We're going to the hardware store, get some white paint. All right, we're back from grocery shopping. I got the paint, we got lacquer, Rust-Oleum lacquer, high luster. It's the only white they had. They had textured stuff and whatever. So I'm gonna go put some push on the dash, and then I'm gonna eat lunch. That's the plan. There we go. A very light first coat. Don't look too bad. I really wish this crap wasn't there, but what are you gonna do? So just had a really nice heavy rainstorm blow through while we were eating lunch, and now the sun's shining. Beautiful. Well, sugar, ran into our first hurdle, our first obstacle. Well, first issue, I have the dash on the back of the 3-point here. I painted it up, and I'm rocking and rolling, knocked the thing off, scratched it. Can't have nothing nice. So I had to repaint it. Now it don't look near as good as it did because it's scratched. Whatever. So I scratched my brand new paint job. It wasn't the best regardless, so it ain't nothing big, whatever. But that's not the issue. The issue is, so I got, knock everything over. I'm working on the new wiring harness. Wiring harness is in for the most part. I'm getting things wired up, and I'm working on the odometer cable. And this end here, it fits in the gear, but this doesn't thread on. So I'm thinking that I might just gut this cable, put this guts in the old cable casing, and just put a long piece of heat shrink around it. The old casing, put a long piece of black heat shrink around it just to seal it, spray some lube in it, and call it a day. It was the interior cable that was broken, so theoretically, I guess that's what we'll have to do. But nevertheless, we're getting somewhere. We have to figure some things out on the wiring harness, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Well, it looks pretty good, but I'm not going to put that abortion of extra gauge pod on top like it was. But so there it is. I got to get a new light switch on the way. The key switch, I'm undecided whether I'm going to buy a new key switch or use the old one. I'm going to get a couple toggle switches instead of having the indicator lights. Tomorrow I'm thinking I will start ripping the injectors out and get them done. I got to go up and visit my buddy Ben. He's a antique tractor guy, so he has the tester for the injectors. So we'll get the injectors ripped out, get them cleaned up, get the new nozzles put up, and then later in the week I'll probably run up to Ben and test the injectors, get the injectors in, get the cav pump rebuilt, 90% of it. From what I've seen, you can rebuild about 90% of the pump O-rings and seals with the pump still on the tractor. So, excuse me, you're blessed. So that is the tentative plan, where I gotta pull the one cylinder apart on the front end loader and get that sent out to find out what for seals I need. My pop-in-law's gonna get me seals for them, get the cylinders rebuilt. I gotta button up the hydraulics and pull the tires off, check the brakes. Oh, and my buddy Barry from the UK, the man from the mist. If you see this, I would like for you to do me a big old favor. I need the dimensions of the alternator bracket, the slotted one. The one that was on this tractor was mutilated and cut, and they put on a different alternator. Well, I have a factory alternator put on it now, so I'm gonna need that. We're gonna get the old red iron running again. Okay, I'm heading in the house. Sarah made pork ribs for dinner. Can't be a pig farmer if you don't eat pork. So, oh well. See you, love you, bye. See you in the wash. See you on the sunny side.